Thank you so much for stopping by our website today and checking out AMP Touch. AMP Touch is our all-new people-focused, web-based, even available offline event check-in system. Well, in this brief video today, I want to show you how AMP Touch works, but I want you to understand from the beginning that AMP Touch is a full-featured event check-in system designed for the very largest churches down to the smallest churches can use this system with great success. We've really concentrated on making it fast so that you can check in people in as little as 5 seconds. We've concentrated on making it secure so people can check in via fingerprint scan or barcode or ID number or even just typing in their name. We've also made it extremely easy with a very smooth touchscreen interface. We've made it intuitive so that you can let the kiosk run attended with trained volunteers or unattended so people can check themselves in. We've also made it very flexible with lots of system options so you can tune the kiosk to work exactly like you need it to in your church. We've also made it very customizable so that you can insert your own graphics so that your church's branding comes through and it looks like a custom solution just for your church. I also want to point out that our solution is web-based, but we also allow you to work offline. This is a huge feature, especially in portable churches where you may not have an internet connection, but even if you do, if your internet connection ever goes down, especially on a Sunday morning, you don't have to worry about anything with our system. You'll keep right on working because we give you offline access to your data. AMP Touch is one of the key components of our AMP Church software suite. Specifically, AMP Touch works with the church management applications in the AMP Church software suite. AMP Touch is a Windows-based application. We did that on purpose so that you could work either online or offline. If you have Macs at your church, you can certainly use AMP Touch as well using a third-party solution like VMware or Parallels or Boot Camp or Remote Desktop. Well, let's actually jump in and take a look at the software. So this is what AMP Touch looks like when you first start it up. It is in what we call kiosk mode and it's ready for someone to check in. I want to point out that the background graphics are completely customizable by your church. You can put in, any kind of background that you want, and all of these buttons are configurable by the church. So the first thing that a parent needs to do when they walk up is to identify themselves. And they can do that in one of 4 ways. They can just type in a PIN number, or they can type in their name and a PIN number, or they can scan their fingerprint, or they can scan a barcode. Any one of these 4 ways, and again, all of these buttons are configurable. You can turn them on or off so that you could just have one check-in method if you want, or 2 or 3, or whatever your church wants to do. So we'll go ahead and type in a name and a PIN number. So I'm going to start typing my name, and again, it's all configured for a touch screen. You can use a regular computer if you want to, but as soon as you start typing the last name, you'll see the name appear in the list, and you just select which one you want. You click OK, and then you put in the PIN number. As soon as you do that, it's going to bring up the family of this person that you've selected. And you can just check the children that you want to check in. So let's say I'm going to do my daughter Chloe. I'm just going to touch her picture. And it will show only the events that she is eligible to attend. So in this case, she's in the 5th grade class, so she's going to check into the 5th grade class. She's not going to go to the adult worship today, so we're just going to check her into that, and then back to my family, and then you just keep doing that for any other children that you want to check in. But when you're all finished, you just click finish and you're done. So it will print out name tags for the children and a security receipt for the parents. Now that's the slow way to check in. One of the best ways and most secure and fastest ways to check in is with fingerprint scanning. You can't see this, but I have a little fingerprint scanner sitting next to me here. It's about the size of a credit card, and you just put your finger on it. It'll scan your finger, and that fast it brings up your record in the database. So same methodology, you just pick who you want to check in and you can check them in. We also offer this feature called Express Check-in, and what that allows you to do is check in everybody in the family for the events that they're eligible to attend. So let's say that if you really just limit the children's classes to the children and just the adults to the adult worship, this could go very quickly. You can check in the entire family within seconds and you're done. So there you go, we just checked in the whole family. Now there's a lot of other great features that I'd love to show you, like how to register new people at your church right at the kiosk, and also how to capture photos and fingerprints and assign barcodes to individuals. But we'll cover all of that in the longer demo. Alright, this is the administrative interface of AMP Touch. This is where you set up your events for people to check into. You'll notice that it's very calendar driven because you're trying to put events onto the calendar, and it's real simple to do. You just click on Add New Event over on the left hand side, and you walk through this wizard that will ask you questions about what kind of event you're trying to set up. So you can do classes or special events, or maybe a small group, or a ministry kind of meeting, like let's say the cafe or the worship team, or greeters. You can actually schedule your people through this system as well. Most of the time you're probably going to go to services, so let's do one for like the nursery. So we'll do nursery B down here. And by the way, all of these lists are coming out of your church database, the Fusion database. So we're going to click on the nursery, and it's going to ask you when is this event. It's automatically going to default to last Sunday, but let's say I'm going to push it to this coming Sunday, and we'll just accept the default times here, 9 to 11. What room is it going to use? Well, we definitely want it to be in the nursery, and you have control over that. You can add, edit, or delete what rooms you need. And we also support multi-site churches, so you can have different events show up at different campuses. You also have control over the graphics. So this graphic that shows up right here in this box, you can use your own custom graphic instead of this one that we have preloaded for you. Alright, so you click the next button, and then this is where the kiosk is very, very smart. You can predetermine a certain group of people to be eligible for this event. So like in this case, I'm setting this up for the nursery. So I only want kids in a certain age group to come to this event. So I'm going to deselect all the options, and I'm just going to select the nursery and infants. So we're going to click Next, and then you have a few more options, especially regarding printing name tags and security receipts. In case I do want to print name tags because it's the nursery, and I also want to print more than just one. I want to print two because I want to put one on the kid and one on their diaper bag, for example. Then you can actually select what kind of labels you want, and we offer a bunch of different styles. All of these different tabs will show you a preview of what these labels are going to look like. I'm just going to choose, let's go with this one right here. I like this one because it's real simple. The first name is real big, last name is kind of smaller below that, and then if there's any special instructions, they're going to print in smaller type right below the kid's name. It'll also tell you what room they belong in, and their security code will print in the lower right hand corner down here. So you just click OK, and same thing with security receipts for the parents. We also have several styles of those, and you can pick what kind of style you want. I like this one right here because it will list all of your kids on one label. It tells you what room you need to go to pick them up at, and their security code. But we offer individual labels too, like you can print out one security label per child. So there's a lot of different choices here on how you do it. But anyway, you click OK. When you're done with all of your choices, it gives you a nice summary of everything that you choose. You can read over that real quick to make sure you chose correctly. And then you just click Save, and it puts your event on the calendar. Once you set up all of your events for a given Sunday, then it's very easy to copy those and make them repeat. All you do is just click on Copy the entire day, and it will let you select how frequent you want this event to run. So like in this case, we're going to make this run weekly, every Sunday. And how many times should this pattern repeat? Well, let's say I want to do a whole year in advance. I can just put in 52 weeks, and there's my whole year. So just click Next and then Save, and it will copy that nursery event for every week for the next year. So there's my events that are copied for every Sunday. Well, there's lots of options here on this administrative mode. Like, we give you a few reports. These are really designed for printing out on Sunday morning. We have a much more extensive list of reports regarding attendance in AMP Fusion, but these are just designed for quick printing on Sunday morning. And then there's also tons of system options. You can really configure each kiosk to behave in a different way if you want to. For example, if you don't want to do fingerprint scanning on this kiosk, then you can just click no, and that button won't even show up on the home screen. One of the coolest things that we offer, though, with AMP Touch is the ability to change the graphics throughout the whole kiosk mode experience. We have preloaded a bunch of different themes for you to choose from, but it's really easy to change the theme. You can just select from one of the ones that we've given you, or you can create your own theme. You simply copy one of the themes that we've given you, and your graphics designer can create images that are the same size, and then your special theme will show up in this list. So it really gives you a lot of control over exactly how the kiosk looks, so it looks great for your church. I also wanted to let you know that we provide complete, ready-to-go kiosk hardware packages. They're really nice 23-inch touchscreens with integrated webcams. We also provide a fingerprint scanner, a barcode scanner, a label printer, and a case of labels, and they are fully configured. All of the software is installed and ready to go. All you got to do is plug it in and turn it on. Check out our website for the latest pricing on those. We're constantly trying to provide better hardware at a lower cost. It's just how technology works. But you can find more information about that on our website. So if you like what you've seen and you're ready to take the next step, let's talk about what that is. Contact your Elexio software advisor. Just send an email to sales@elexio.com or call us at the number I'm going to put on the screen here in just a minute, and they'll be happy to answer any detailed questions that you have. They can go into a lot more detail about how the check-in system actually works. Then when you're ready, just order AMP Touch software. It is part of the AMP suite. You need to order AMP Fusion first if you don't already have that. AMP Touch does not work by itself. It is an add-on to the AMP Fusion product. You also can order hardware. If you need some hardware, we'd be more than happy to provide that. You're welcome to use your own hardware. The only caution I would give you there is, number one, it takes a lot of time to set that up and configure it and test it and make sure it works. And we do require you to buy fingerprint scanners from us because there's some licensing restrictions on the fingerprint scanner. So once you have your software and your hardware, jump in. Go ahead and look at the free recorded training sessions that we've made for you. We have several hours of recorded training sessions. We'll walk you through exactly how to set this up. And then we also offer live Q&A sessions every week. We just make these kind of an open forum kind of thing. Anybody can join in, ask any question that they want. Well, if you haven't already, check out our whole AMP church software suite. We do offer websites, databases, mobile apps, the check-in, which we just showed you, and also creative design services, where we can create a really stunning website for you and carry through a consistent branding for your church. Well, thanks a bunch for checking out the demo. Again, don't hesitate to call us or email us. We would be more than happy to help.